Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Welcome to Today Economic Thoughts. So the world is facing a severe situation that is related to the COVID-19 that affected the entire world. No difference as a developed country or underdeveloped country or third world country or anyone. In this situation, how it will affect the economic activities? It is not the correct time to evaluate the effect of corona into economic activities, but we can say that this virus affected the health condition of the people, that people actions are reducing or they are controlling their action, means that is directly affect the economic activities also. So the people are not active and people are not effective, at that time it will directly create problem to every economy. So the powerful economy affects more severely than the powerless economy. Even started from a powerful economy like China. As a manufacturer, the world is controlled by China. As a GDP level itself, China is leading. But these micro organism created problem to China first, and that directly or indirectly affected the entire world. So this critical situation affected entire world. In economy, we can say that the macroeconomic variables are affected directly, like GDP growth. So GDP growth is the real indicator of economic growth of the nations. So the developed and developing countries, they are keen on their GDP growth rate. When after 2008, American GDP growth rate fell down, and with the different types of projects and programs and monetary and fiscal policies, they tried to maintain it to 2 to 3%. But even China is maintaining that one for the 2-3 decades. That value is more than 8%. But even India also trying to make it as $5 trillion. But all these projects are collapsed with the effect of this coronavirus. So the production is less and people are not involved in the work. At that time, GDP growth rate definitely decreased. It is not happened into one sector. It affects the entire sector. So that's why the close down or corona related control measures reduced production plus consumption. This production consumption reduced means it will directly affect the income. When income reduced, that will directly affect the savings and their consumption again. So when investment is reduced, in future our production will reduce. This is a cyclical effect. And export import level also, the foreign trade sector also, it will directly affect. The benefit of globalization, so the world becoming a global village, that's a positive effect. But the negative effect also happened now. In 2008, globalization's negative effect directly affected the world. At that time it is very limited because the American crisis spread directly to Europe, and from Europe to some other European countries and to Gulf countries, and a little bit to India also. But that situation we overcome with our monetary measures. At that time we give some stimulus package to infrastructure. That infrastructure development directly recovers that situation in India. But this time situation is entirely different. Infrastructure stimulation is not possible, not enough. That's the correct word, not enough, because we needed more stimulation in the service sector, especially in the medical related things or health sector. So that stimulation, not general health, but for controlling epidemics. Or these coronavirus affected people we have to keep separately. Isolation ward, corona hospital, or epidemic controlling equipments, and all these materials are very costly. And even more than that, the testing of this one is the coronavirus affection is happened or not, that itself very expensive and limited supply. The worldwide these equipments, even mask also not available. The production of these materials and distribution, medicine, these type of things you have to arrange. So the entire world is now have one objective, to control coronavirus. That itself give a great burden in the economy. All the world economy is having the great burden. For that purpose itself, we needed more stimulation or more money. So the liquidity crisis affected the entire world. That liquidity crisis may affect the either small or big nations. So we have to provide money for getting these medical equipments. First one. Second one, this coronavirus affection and this close down and this type of control directly affect the small scale industries. About all, we consider the entire world, about 90% job creators are these small scale industries. So this close down and these type of controlling measures, they can't suffer for long time. The large scale industries, they can suffer these type of issues, they can manage because they have their own resources or their own money for that one. But the small scale industries or small entrepreneurs have no capacity for suffering this issue for a long time. So that's why this the first objective or first aim of the government is to provide health-wise service sector, and second focus on the small and medium scale industry output protection level. Along with that one, the common people are suffering with their purchasing capacity. They don't have enough income. So reducing income and increasing unemployment, that will affect the purchasing. So that we have to create. Otherwise, these social security or social conditions will badly affect. So we have to provide food and income. The income plus essential materials to provide that type of things to the especially the poor people. These things are happening. We needed money. So the government is not getting enough money, and government is trying to borrow money. But borrowing money is not easy nowadays because the international agencies are not capable enough to provide loans to the people, loans to the countries. So that way, the international sources are not powerful and internal sources are not powerful. So the government also facing the crisis of money. And that time, all the governments are trying to control their expenses. So when government is controlling expenses, at that time, some countries may try to utilize the situation or capitalizing the situation. They may be attack, cross-border attack and these type of things, or these type of issues may arise because they are not even no humanitarian concept about that one. So the world is facing a crisis. That time also these people are trying to capitalize the situation and attack the border, and they are planning to create problem to the in the borders. These type of problems also can overcome with the joint effort of the people. Means we all together work and fight against COVID-19. These economic problems can avoid with two-dimensional activities. One activity, we have to control our consumption. We have to control our consumption, means not food and other things. Unnecessary expenses we have to control and keep the social distancing and that type of corona controlling actions. But at the same time, which all the things we can prepare for self-sufficiency, we make in India, that type of projects we planned at that time, the Skill India, or these type of things are very useful nowadays. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, these so many actions are useful now. So these all things we used and create our own self-sufficient nation inside. Other side, 2-3 months we have to control our expense and we practice to manage these type of crises. These are the immediate measures to overcome the do or die this critical situation. Thank you very much.